attention, please. We're going to call this meeting to order. We could. This is a special meeting of Nelson Fiscal Court. Reminder of the court. Only items on the agenda can be discussed today or dealt with today. The first order of business would go down to the public hearing, the advertised public hearing process. Let me back up and say, we will be meeting in closed session at the tail end of our regular business meeting. As per KRS 61-810, 1B, deliberations on future acquisition or sale of real property when open discussions would likely affect the value of that property. Let's go to the public hearing side. Nelson Fiscal Court will hold a public hearing on August 23rd, 9 o'clock in the Fiscal Court meeting room, the old courthouse, for the purpose of obtaining comments from the public regarding the proposed tax rate. The tax rate levied last year was 14.3 cents per hundred, excuse me, and produced revenues in the amount of $3,832,082. This year's compensating rate is 14.0 cents per hundred. It will produce revenues of an amount of $3,935,486. Nelson Fiscal Court proposes a tax rate of 14.3 cents per hundred, which will produce a revenue of $4,019,818 in revenue. Revenues expected from the new property is $79,606. Expected from personal property is $1,140,502. Revenue expected from motor vehicle is $579,478. And revenue expected from the watercraft is $12,937. Revenue received in excess of last year's revenue will be used for general fund operations, including personal, administrative, and capital expenses noted in the fiscal year 2018-19 budget. General Assembly requires that the Fiscal Court publish this notice with the above information contained herein. I have received no written public comment about the tax rates. If anybody wants to speak about the proposed tax rate or leaving the tax rate the same?
Yeah, I'd like to speak.
Be fine. Go ahead.
Just to give a comparison to everybody of how we stand versus our surrounding 7 counties that don't have the occupation or the insurance premium tax, because as Judge Watts pointed out, some of our surrounding counties have a insurance premium tax that we do not have. So Bullitt County is 23%. We're higher than 23%. We're 23% higher than Bullitt County's fiscal court tax.
On the real estate?
Yes, on real. This is property tax. So real property tax is 23.3% higher at this rate than Bullitt County, 66% higher than Marion County, and 66% higher than Spencer County, 11% higher than Anderson County, 79% higher than Washington County, and 4% higher than Hardin County, if you take into consideration of the insurance premium that would some negate the Hardin County one, because they do have that insurance premium.
Okay. I will rebut that a little bit for the public purpose that Bullitt County, Hardin County, Marion County, all these counties mentioned, most of the counties mentioned, I think 100% of them, have a separate health insurance premium. I mean, a health department tax, and it's up to 3 to 5%, 3 to 5 cents, it depends. So Nelson Fiscal Court, out of our 14.3, 3 or 4% of that is dedicated to the health department expense. So that's inclusive in our rate. So you have to compare the whole picture. You have to go down through the line. Does Bullitt County have an ambulance premium? Not an ambulance tax. Do they have a separate fire tax? Do they have a separate health department tax? So you have to look at the big picture, not just the one line item.
There's only 3 of those that have, 2 of them that have the separate health districts.
Marion County does,
right.
Hardin County does, and I think Bullitt County does.
No, it's only Marion and Hardin.
Okay. And what other county did you mention?
Bullitt, LaRue, Marion.
LaRue has their own district.
Washington.
Yeah. Washington County has their own district.
Has their own
tax.
Health
tax, yes.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. But regardless of that, Ours is all inclusive. So you can't compare us with Hardin County or Bullitt County, in my opinion.
Well, I urge everybody to look at the tax book. It's available online and for the other counties.
And if you look at Marion County's, they have a 1% occupational tax.
Well, Hardin County is we're still 4% higher than Hardin County, and Hardin County includes the public library district in theirs.
And they've got, I believe they've got an insurance premium tax.
And they're still 4% higher based on that with the equivalency of the insurance premium being built in.
That's your opinion. Any other comment? Any other public comment? At this time, we'll close the public hearing side of the, on the tax rate and move on to the regular order of business. The regular order of business first would be the minutes.
Motion to approve is presented.
Motion been made by Sam to approve the minutes. Is there a second? Second by Jerry. Any discussion? All approve, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? Motion carried. Next would be the bills and transfers and additional bills.
Can I ask a question? John, the paint on the windows, you know, that they put in out here, I was talking to the judge about it earlier. How many coats of paint was required on
We
this?
specified 2 coats of paint. So basically what they did, they spray on 2 coats of paint, they'll put the windows in place, and then whatever nail holes, they'll putty those, caulk it, and repaint it. So it'll get above what we specified.
I noticed the windows over here next door, same exact wood, right?
Yes. Same wood, same trim.
I noticed the threshold, you know, the sash, whatever you call the bottom board, what's it called?
Sash.
It's got some paint is peeling off of that. And how old?
Over here.
Yeah, how old is that? Year old, year and a half old?
Probably a year, maybe.
Almost every window.
2 years at least.
Had some
I think
peeling. Just kind of look at it.
I'll double check on that
Yeah.
and see.
Because they're up there high, you know, none of us can see what's going on.
Yeah, definitely.
And so it looks like to me that sash should have, I know we didn't specify it, but we may need to tell him to put a little extra paint right there, because that's what catches all the water off that window. I'm just going by what I'm seeing over there.
And caulk under the bottom.
Yeah.
They haven't called yet.
Yeah, none of ours have been caught yet.
But they will be?
They will
Yeah.
be, yes.
Okay. Because some of them over there
Are
are lacking some caulk.
There's a lot of gaps in a couple of these windows that need to be covered.
Yeah.
But they're just not.
I've just noticed that. I seen them out Wickland.
Uh-huh.
I married some out the other night and I seen it and I just went back there and kind of looked at them, but appreciate it.
Ask him, you may know. Do they have a, what is it, pendrometer that will measure the thickness of that paint?
I don't think that was in the specifications.
I don't think I specified that.
No.
They do make a thing.
Oh, I don't doubt it, it's just, what quality do you guys want to pay for? I
Yeah.
mean, that's where we get down to.
We're doing pretty good right now.
We will, as we progress into this we're in, just in the earth, I can say about a third of the way through, maybe not even that point yet, so we'll continue to.
I think John's the reason that door's locked out there.
I'd say.
He's tired of seeing change orders come through.
I don't put John come back in my office. Okay, bills, transfers, motion to approve.
Motion to pay the bills and transfers.
Motion been made, second by Keith.
Yes.
Now, further discussion, anybody got any other questions? All approve, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove, the motion will carry. Thank you all. Okay, next, first order of regular business, the first reading of your tax rate ordinance. You guys have that ordinance in front of you or in your mailbox, one of the two. I got a copy of it there.
Yes.
Should have been there. Entertain a motion to approve on first reading, advertise for second reading.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Jeff.
I'll second.
Second by Sam. Further discussion? All approve, say aye.
Aye.
Disapprove? The motion will carry. Thank you. Yes, today the library report. Sharon Shanks, librarian.
Good morning, everybody. I really appreciate an opportunity to address the judge and magistrates. Coming here just to report the tax rate for the 2018 year. Last year we were at 7.9 for both real and personal. This year the compensating rate for real property will be 7.7, and the calculated compensating for personal was 7.9, but we recalculated at a lower rate of 7.7. We'd like to try to keep both our real property and personal property rates at the same amount, 7.7 cents per hundred for real estate and real property. And of course, the vehicle tax stays at 1.45. Do you have any questions?
Media, I believe I give a copy of that in your mailbox too. It should be, if not, I'll get you a copy of it. Anybody got any questions, comments?
I've got a few. Sharon, how did you come up with these evaluations that you came up with?
Based upon the average cost, like for instance, wireless sessions, we looked at how much it costs to have internet in the home, which is why a lot of people come to the library, because they don't have internet at home, either because they don't have access or can't afford it. And I think our internet rates are pretty inexpensive, comparatively speaking. But we did that and divided it into how many sessions we had of people connecting to our wireless as well as our computers with internet access. And we divided it by 30 days in a month. And that's how we came up with the value. With movies, we just looked at the average price that a person would pay for a DVD and calculated based on the 65,000 DVDs that went out. Programs. We have had a big increase in the number of people attending programs. Matter of fact, since we went to an online registration, sometimes some of the Monday night programs are full within 30 minutes from the time we post them. So we average $10 for a program. If you like go to a painting class or a pottery class or some kind of craft class, it would be $10 to $15. That's how we estimate that. Our bookmobile served 8,237 people last year. And I'd like to add that with declining revenue for, we have more kids going into the school system and less revenue. And a lot of the private schools, the smaller schools all over the county, and we have many in your districts, we go and serve those preschools, regular private schools, after school, child care, nursing homes, and shut-ins. It's not just people who cannot get out to the library, it's also schools. And we serve them, 12 months a year, because your kids, even though they're not in school, they're somewhere after school or in their neighborhoods. We have a robust reservation system and a lot of meetings in our meeting rooms, and we're lucky to have 3 good meeting rooms in Bardstown with a large meeting room in New Haven and Bloomfield that serves the community. Books, we just, again, averaged the cost of the average book. And I might add, too, that although, just like you were saying, Judge Watts, about when you look at something in isolation, you might not understand what it takes to run a business, a service. Those services don't run themselves. And it is very important that we provide information to an informed community. I think that's what we want. We want strong education, and we want lifelong learning for our citizens in Nelson County.
I have to say, in the last 4 or 5 years, I go by the Bardstown Library daily, 4 or 5 times sometimes. It's amazing that the cars that's out there. And I just said, there's no way that many people's in there. So here lately, I've been going around. I came years not very long ago. You had an old folklore, like playing the violin, and all
Arts,
the little kids.
education, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. I was going, wow.
And we have people, actually this week, we had the chamber, the National Chamber, they had a meeting in the meeting room. We had people from Oklahoma even, as far as that, for training. We have realtors come and do their training. We don't charge, our tax money provides meeting space for anything that's nonprofit, and it can't be private. We are nonpartisan, and we'd like to stay that way. So thank you for the comment. Really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Sherry.
Just hand it,
Keith's question was about the budget. You presented the budget to us a couple months ago. We don't approve or disapprove. You're
Right.
Right.
Okay, I had on here soil conservation report. All that is in written form. I'm gonna get you some color copies as soon as my office gets back together. But basically, it was just to pass it out anyway. Road department report. Brad? Oh, Lee's here today, isn't he?
Brought back up. So for asphalt patching, again, we do it when the weather permits. We did Spalding Hollow, Prather Ridge. Today, Sam, I meant to tell you, we're starting McIntyre Lane. There's a repair to fix there. That's steel. And we got to go from there. We're finally going to knock out that Millwood Creek one. We're working with the state. They're going to flag for us because it's right out on 150. It's very dangerous. And they're going to do that Wednesday. I think Wednesday. And we got Benelli. We fixed Benelli. And some damage is done. Chip seal, we had a day where we need to get rid of some oil, so Jerry, we went up and got Fairmont Loop done. That's one of the gentlemen, and he was correct. They didn't need to be done. Yeah, it needed to pay. We won't get to chip sealing for another 2 to 3 weeks probably. We got to get some of this patching done. We saved chip sealing for the very long. Pipes and dishes, Icetown Road, we fixed several areas on it. Keith, North Stillwell Road. Yeah. We did an entrance pipe on North Stillwell, Richard Drive. We did a cross drain, Jerry, Harrison Ford, some entrance culverts. Jeff, where we were having some drainage issues, just water wouldn't go anywhere. On Simpsons Road, we had installed a bunch of gabion baskets. It's eating into the road. That's just as quick as to keep that from happening. Continue to get tons of calls from trees and boom mowing. I'll start on boom mowing. We did Whiteside, King Road, Hobbs, Hibbs, Meadow Lane, Old Louisville Court, and finishing up District 4, moving to 5.
Sound like 4 would hit pretty good there.
And then on rainy days, what we do is we take the other crews and we go out and we hit Surge Lane, Ballard Lane, Gilkey Run, Woodlawn, Thompson Hill, South Stillwell, Gaddy Ford, Ginseng, and Campground Road. Those guys just take chainsaws and start cutting them back. It's that time of year, fellas. Bush hogs, we're in round 3. In District 1, we'll start round 4, probably when late. Say next week. Okay. Since Lee came, we're trying to get a little more organized and computer oriented. We've had 283 completed work orders from you guys, or stuff we write up. So that helps us. I think I sent an email to you guys the other day. Keep sending those to us because it helps us organize it better. We still have 100 open laying out there to get to. So we've got stuff to do every day, but that helps us in the way he's organizing. It's very efficient. Woodlawn Road project, 2nd week of September, soft target date we're going to start. I will send out notices to the media about that. And then we sold our trailer. You remember we had that on Gov Deals? I don't know if I reported to you guys on that the last court meeting.
$7,000 something.
$13,100 is what that trailer
I know the
is.
last time we talked was a 78 or something.
Yeah,
13.
13.1. That's after we have to pay out the
Yes.
sellers and stuff. The guy who purchased it actually pays the 7.5%, and then we reimburse Gov Deals for that. So that worked out pretty good, actually.
Very good.
Yeah.
I do remember, I think we gave $17,000 or $18,000 for that when we bought it, so we come out good.
And that's
And the
it.
new trailer that you didn't like, never mind.
It's not that I didn't like it, it needed to be used a little more, I thought. We could almost hire it cheaper than we could have.
We've had that discussion.
I know. I lost,
I'll show you.
That's all I got.
Jail report, Dorcas. I just have to get one in there once in a while.
He likes throwing punches at me, y'all
Okay,
know that.
today we have a total of
Yeah, the usual.
151. We have 3 on home incarceration, 49 state inmates. We have 1 serving weekend, we have 3 after court, so we have an in-house total of 141. I'm still working with Frank, we're trying to get some of the state inmates moved. But they're full.
That's better than 171. That's better than 170. when we had.
Raising Pan is in.
Raising Pan. And Dorcas, we're reviewing the generator at the jail, the original generator. We're reviewing that right now to see. It was used, I think they got it from the Kentucky surplus properties when they got it. What, Austin? Is Austin here today? No. But it is giving us some fits And we are looking at a new one, we're in the $30,000-$35,000 range on that, but we'll bring it back to you guys. Okay. We're doing our due diligence right now. Landfill solid waste report, John?
Then we sold our surplus equipment a week and a half ago. For the 92 Ford, it brought 2,033. For the 99 Ford mechanic truck, brought 1,733, and the compactor brought 2,500. So it was a pretty good turnout. Quite a few bids submitted for those.
Have they started cutting that compactor up?
Not yet. It's been a little bit wet. It's up on the hill. We're just going to bring it down to the bottom of the hill. We didn't want to cut anything up in the landfill, so we'll bring it to the top.
Oh, keep
They'll probably,
catching on fire.
yeah, probably either later this week or early next week get that taken care of. But the other two trucks have been
It'll
moved.
take a little while to cut that thing up, I think.
Oh yeah.
That'd be a challenge.
All them arms look like they're 3 inches thick.
Oh yeah. It'll take some time. Our Labor Day schedule, it's like any other Labor Day or holiday on a Monday. Basically, we're going to be one day behind. So if your garbage pickup's Monday, it'll be picked up on Tuesday. If it's on a Friday, it'll be picked up on Saturday. But other than that, just normal operations.
Okay. EMS report?
2 items to report on. Tonight we start an EMT class with 24 students out of 36 applications. They'll run 4 months through November, then they'll have graduation then. The second item is doing our PM checks on weather sirens. Last week we found that New Hope weather siren has had a major lightning hit, pretty much destroyed the circuit boards. We're working on a solution on that. We have some spare parts and things from the old sirens, so we'll probably try to change that out here in the next couple of weeks. That's it.
Thank you. I'm going to go back a little bit. We failed to mention the recreation report. We've done, I've had 3 interviews already for the replacement for Tyler. I'll have at least 1 or 2 more interviews, and I'll report back to you guys as soon as possible.
Have you ever drew up anything on the parking out there? You know, that we was talking about before Tyler left?
I have not, just
Was
on the to-do list.
probably too late to do it, but I would like to get some kind of,
What Keith's talking about, guys, is up in the, if you ever been out there on where the soccer concession stand is, if you ever noticed, there's a cul-de-sac right there where people turned around. And then there's a little narrow driveway that goes up there that can kind of get you out the back way if you need to, or back parking lot. What we talked about doing is taking that narrow driveway and making it wide like the rest of it, where you got parking all along that. Because there's like 4 or 5 fields in that general area for little ones.
Little bitty ones.
And then you guys know, as grandparents or
That's the
dads,
most parking
when you got a little one, they bring 3 cars with them. So you get a flux of people in that general area. We're trying to come up with an idea how to get them some additional parking to help with that. So we thought about widening that, and the road department doing the work and laying the rock and pavement just to save some money. But
Brad
I just need to
drew
come up with some money, cost on it.
and Brad drew up a little thing that looks really good.
So hopefully the new guy can help me out with that.
Very good.
Or girl, whatever it may be.
And whatever.
I did not have a female applicant.
Okay.
Did not.
And we did in the last round, though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we did last time.
Been 2 or 3.
EMS before you did that, under old and new business, Elaine, this is a letter from the Kentucky Association of Counties. All of our public official bonds, on our bonds, all the elected officials, they're due to expire on the bond itself December 31st, January 1st. KCO has extended those because of the way the timing, the new terms won't begin until January 7th. So they've extended that for a week, and that's important, Elaine, if you don't mind following that with the public official bonds posted.
What is in the minutes?
In the minutes, be good too, thank you. And then, any other business, guys, that you have that you want to discuss there before we go into closed session and talk about some property? Otherwise, just, yes,
Can
ma'am.
I announce our grant that we received?
Yes.
The planning-
No, you cannot. It's not on the, it's a special meeting. Yeah, I forgot. It is a regular meeting, but it is considered a special meeting.
I'll tell everybody else.
You can tell everybody afterwards, yes. I almost messed that one up, didn't I? I didn't mean to shout so loud, but it's here yet. At this time, entertain a motion to go out of regular session and back and then into closed session. As per KRS 61810, 1B, deliberations on future acquisition or sale of real property when open discussions would likely affect the value. Motion by Bernard Ice, second by Jeff. All approve, say aye. Disapprove, motion will carry. Thank you. And Kim's on her way up.